Hi, I'm Misha and I'm writing a book. If you're new here, I am also new here. So we're in this together. I'm currently working on the first draft of my novel. If this is your first time here, this isn't my first time writing a book, but it is my first time filming the process, and it is my first time wanting to share it when it's ready, which we are not close to. So I'm currently on draft one. The last time I checked in, I had just surpassed 10,000 words. It is currently Thursday, June 28th, and I got to writing a little bit on Monday. It wasn't a great writing day, I think because I wrote 4,000 plus words on Sunday, and Monday I was editing that vlog and published it. I was getting a little bit more insecure and in my head and reading back what I wrote and being like, oh, I don't know. I don't know. Do I know what I'm doing ever? No. Do any of us? I don't know. I don't know. So anyways, I met my bare minimum goal that day, which, as I've mentioned in previous vlogs, I try to keep a bare minimum goal for 500 words a day or just 3,500 words a week. That is a super manageable goal for me to hit. I also really want to surpass it most weeks, but on weeks where I know that work is really busy or I just don't have the time or I'm stretched thin or I'm also feeling like the writing is not flowing that well, I can really hit that 3,500 and also feel okay about it and know that I met my goal. So I've been really into going to the library, which has been great. Because I work remotely, I do love being at home. So that works really well for me. However, it is hard to switch off my brain and go from work mode right into writing mode. And so I need some sort of separation. I have gone to the library twice this week, and it's really helped to just get into the zone. And also it is budget friendly because you don't have to spend any money. I live in Montreal and there's quite a few libraries around here. So I'm excited to try different libraries and see which ones I like writing in more. So I am currently at, let's check, 13,701 words. So I want to meet 20,000 this week. That's crazy. I don't know if I can actually do that. To write 7,000 more words, and it's currently Thursday, is a bit much. But I want to do it. If you haven't watched my first video, I talked a little bit about this, but essentially I initially wrote 20,000 words for the first draft of this novel and realized that it just was starting at the wrong place. The characters were all great, but the story was starting at the wrong time. And so if I kept writing, it would just be a different story. There's a part of me that really wants to surpass the 20K just so I can have written more of a draft than the one that I've had to scrap, and then I can feel better about myself. Oh, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. I just came back from bar class, which I love, and I go a couple of times a week. The movement really helps me get out of my own head because I have been in my head. I've been in my head and I have been overthinking things a little bit or questioning and doubting myself a little bit, which is normal. I think I was really in a flow and feeling that like rush and that high. And then there's going to be days where that dips a little bit. I felt a little bit of that dip this week, but I'm hoping to maintain the momentum because I don't feel like I'm stuck or anything. I just have anxiety. I always have anxiety, and writing actually gets me out of that space. Even if I've only written like 300 words in the day or 100 words that day, I feel a lot better from it. So I'm gonna write a little bit tonight and then get ready for bed because I do work tomorrow. I haven't been getting the greatest sleep these nights. My book talks to me in the middle of the night and I'll like go to bed at 11, but then I'll be tossing and turning because all of a sudden I hear the characters. I'm fleshing out scenes in my head, and so I obviously have to get either my notes app or like a notebook, and then I have to write it down because I don't want to forget it. I have so many of these insights and realizations, some of which I wake up in the morning and I read and I'm like, what were you? No, we're not doing that. And a lot of the times, most of the times, I'm like, I'm gonna write that down, save that for later, or maybe that's a scene that's coming, or now I understand the book more. And I love that that is happening, because that means I am deep in it and it's so good. It feels so good. Except I have a job. I have to get up for that job and be present for that job. And when I am up until 3 a.m. writing notes and sentences and potential scenes and backstories of characters on my notes app, being like, I can't forget this, I can't forget this. And I have to wake up in the next like 3 hours. Yeah, it's not great. It's not great. So we're gonna fix that, sort of. I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna fix that, to be honest. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to fix that and go to bed early and see what happens. I can't help it if I have these thoughts in the middle of the night. I can't help it if that's when the story wants to come and when inspiration wants to strike. You have to grab it whenever it comes. And I'm not going to let that go. I'm not going to just let it slide by when it's present and telling me things. What I realize I kind of just need to do a little bit more, and I do this a lot, but I don't know why I haven't done it lately, is stare at a wall. I think we're also overstimulated by our phones all the time. And because I'm writing on the computer too, most of the time I am inspired in those like pauses in life, in those brief moments. I'm mostly inspired in times when I am not doing anything. Because I am mostly doing things, that is why I think it is coming in the middle of the night. I'm gonna try and schedule in staring at the wall time and see if that helps. I'm probably not going to film that because that's weird and I don't want to put that online. But I'm going to schedule it in and see if that helps with the night stuff. So we're going to see how that goes. I'm calling this the weekend-ish vlog. The weekend-ish vlog. Mostly because it's Thursday. It's not the weekend, but it's also not the beginning of the week. And so I'm going to film what I can and update you when I have updates. That's where we're at. I'm going to write because I need to write, and it is 9 p.m. It's 9 p.m. and I need to write before I go to bed. I will talk to you guys very soon. Pop on here just to give a very quick update. I was at the library today and I was really in the flow, which was so nice. I wrote about 2,000 words today, so I'm currently at 16,109 words, which is great. I won't have that much time to write tomorrow, so Sunday will be my leftover writing day. I'm gonna try to write a little bit tomorrow morning, but then I have a couple of commitments that I made tomorrow, so I'm gonna do the best that I can and see where I get to. Maybe tonight I will write a little bit more before going to bed, and then try to write a little bit tomorrow. We're doing the best we can. We're doing the best we can. 4,000 more words before we hit that 20K. Can we do it? Let's see. I'm okay if I fail this. I am okay with that. I am. This is me convincing myself that I'm okay with it. If I make it next week, that is okay. That's okay. Is that fine? Are you fine? I'm fine. So it is currently Sunday, June 29th. I don't know what the date is ever. I actually had a really great writing day on Saturday, which I wasn't expecting because I had so many different other commitments that I had to get to, one of which I canceled. I actually had this like breakthrough moment where I was feeling a little bit stuck at a scene and then everything came together and I learned this piece of backstory. It just became a lot clearer to me. I don't know how well I actually wrote it, so I'm sure in the next drafts I'm going to clean that up and, you know, really dive into the emotional aspects of it. But it was a really dark scene. I was just like sitting on my couch crying because it was so intense. It kind of was a shock for me to know that that happened, because sometimes you just learn things about your characters and you're like, oh, I might have been judging you a little bit. I might have been questioning why you're doing this. And then you learn this piece and you're like, oh, this is deeply complex. This is deeply complex. So I'm really glad that I wrote that through, and I had to take a little bit of a break because I was just really deep in my feelings after writing that. So today I am actually at 19,019 words. I wrote a little bit more last night because I didn't know how much time I would have today to actually write, and I feel like 1,000 words is reasonable and something that I can very much work through right now even. Yeah, I am really excited because I can't believe I'm hitting that 20K mark. Or I haven't yet. I haven't yet. Maybe I'll hit a little bit over 20K because then I'll surpass the amount that I scrapped in that draft that I had initially wrote. Yeah. So that's where I'm at. I'm going to do a little bit of writing now. Let's see if I can hit 1,000 words plus. It's been fairly doable. Right now, I'm just sitting at a scene that I'm questioning a little bit. I'm questioning it because I'm like, is this a filler scene? I like the scene. It's a good scene. But I don't know the purpose of it right now. And maybe it will be a filler scene. Maybe I'll go into draft 2 and just cut it out. Or maybe I just don't know what the significance of this scene is and what will tie back to it later on. So I don't know. I was definitely a little bit frustrated writing it because as I was writing it, I was like, why is this scene here? Why? I mean, it's good. It's fine. It can live here, but what is its purpose? I don't know yet. And maybe it doesn't have a purpose. I don't know. So let's find out, because I'm still writing that scene and part of me just wants to get through it because I don't know why it's there. But another part of me is like, maybe you just don't know yet, which very much could be the case as well. So I'm going to work through this scene and also try and meet that word count goal, and I'll check back in with you later on. Oh, I'm excited. I'm gonna hit that 20K. I know it. Ciao. Did it. 2000 20,098 words. 20,098 words. Oh, it feels so good. I'm on a good part. And now I understand. I understand that scene that I was kind of like, why are you there? What is your purpose? What are you doing? I kind of get it now. I had a bit of a breakthrough moment as I was writing. I was like, oh, this needs to go here, and then this, and then the, oh, what? It's happening. It's connecting. There's still a lot more I have to learn. So there's certain things that I'm already kind of flagging for myself or putting brief comments of like, come back to this. And then I'll like have notes on why or what my thoughts are about it right now or what questions I have right now, so that when I go back to it, I can either answer them or write more or do some rewrites or flesh it out more or delete it. So I'm very excited. Very excited. Oh, I did it. It's coming along. Oh. I'm so excited that I reached that 20K milestone this week. That means I wrote 10,000 words this week. which is crazy. I don't just do that. Sometimes I've had in the past where towards act 3 of the book, I'll just enter this deep, deep flow state where I'll just like go blah, 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 and then I'll just like complete the whole act in 2 days or 3 days because I'm just in the zone and that's all I'm gonna do. In terms of the consistency of higher word counts, I have not really had that, and I'm kind of loving it because I am so much deeper in my story right now earlier on. I mean, is it early? Is it early? It's not really early because I scrapped a whole draft. And so, I mean, the story has been happening for a long time, like years, like 2 years at least. So, is that a long time? Is it like too soon for me to be so in it? No. Every day I'm like thinking about it a lot. I'm just so in it. I'm just so in it. And I will say that staring at a wall time has worked. It's worked. So has less social media time. I'm not consuming anything right now, including books, which I don't know if this happens for all of you, but when you're writing a long form project, especially like novel writing, are you reading a lot less? Because when I'm in this deep drafting mode, I'm not reading. And then I get really sad because I miss reading. And so usually when I'll finish the first draft and I'll take a little bit of a break, I'll usually just like read so much. And then when I come back to this next draft, then I will stop again. So I don't know, I'm just a little bit sad to not be reading because this book is taking over my brain completely. And so I'm not consuming much, if at all. Like I am consuming a little bit, obviously, but not as much as I normally do. I'm curious about whether that happens for you too, if your reading kind of goes down when you're in your like writing mode stage or period, and then whether like that switches up. So I am still sad to not be reading, but I am more excited to be writing because things are happening. Things are happening. Characters are doing things. I'm probably going to share a little bit later, but because I'm so early draft, I don't think I know enough to be able to share a lot. I'm also someone who hates spoilers so much. I love going into things completely blind. For books, I typically will go to a bookstore, and then if I'm drawn to something, I'll read the first page, and if I like the writing style or feel connected to that, I will typically just read it then. I'll like buy it and then read it, or get it from the library and read it. So I really am not a spoilers person, and so I don't know. And because I also don't know publishing wise, if I want to go the traditional publishing route, if I want to go self-publishing route in the future, I don't know. A lot of things are up in the air. So I am a spoiler-free zone, but I am probably going to share a lot more as I learn more. Probably in my second draft, because I'll know a lot more of the story too, because I'm learning a lot of the story as it's unfolding, which is good. The staring at the wall time, it works. I am not having those night things, the night realizations anymore, where like the book is just talking to me in the middle of the night. I am having them more throughout the day because I'm just taking time to actually not do anything but stare at a wall. So highly recommend, if you're able to, like even 5 minutes, I think will really help. Just finding small moments to pause or to put your phone off to the side and to go for a walk, just being away from screens, because I'm typing on a screen too. So just being able to do nothing for even a few minutes really, really does change things. If you are someone who gets all of these, yeah, it is game changing. I don't know if I'm gonna do a huge writing week next week because I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe I will continue on with this momentum and see where it takes me and then feel it out from there. I I don't know. If you've made it this far, comment down below, when you are writing, are you still reading a lot? Are you reading less? Are you not reading at all? I'm so curious because I don't read at all, and I'm still sad about it. But it's just the way that my mind is, and I have to accept that. I have to accept that. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey, and I'm so excited to continue. And that is all for today. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.